Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's Itaki Shabuki, which is Monday, November 2nd, I'm thinking about attempting like a creamy garlic ramen pot sticker thingy. I'm hungry. I didn't have breakfast, I just had coffee. And so I've added a little bit more than half a bottle of water to there. And I'm actually going to boil the pot stickers. It doesn't matter to me if they disintegrate. I just wanted to add a little bit of additional flavor. I've got butter in there, and I'm going to add the seasoning packet from the chicken top ramen and then some garlic powder. But I like my noodles a bit firm, so I'm going to cook these first and then add this right at the last. So let me get that to a boil, which should be really quickly. I'll add the pot stickers in, add some seasonings, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so I have them in there. Came to the bubble really quickly, and I'm going to cover it, cook it for a few minutes. I'll check on it just so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. It is floating, but I've never cooked this, so I'm not sure. And then I'll bring you guys back for the next part. All right, guys, so I did cut them in half just to cook a little bit faster. It's been about 3 minutes so far, so I'm gonna add in my noodles. And I think at the last, I'll add one of these mini moo half and halves. And when I was crushing up the noodles, I generally don't crush up noodles. The longer the noodle, the longer your life. But I thought it'd be easier to eat with the spoon. So I smushed them up, but I burst the bag, and so I had to clean up some from the floor. But that's okay. But I'm gonna pour this in and then stir it around, maybe cook it for a minute, and then just let the residual heat cook it. I do love my noodles more firm. I'd rather have it more raw than soggy, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, so it's been cooking for like a minute. The noodles are still kind of crunchy, so I think I'm gonna take it off now. I did add that little container of half and half. I did put in this. I did put in more garlic powder, and then I'm going to top it with some French fried onions. Again, I'm going for more of a creamy garlic noodles than an actual ramen. When I'm done with lunch, I'll give you my thoughts on this, and so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, lunch for today is a creamy garlic ramen with frozen pot stickers and French fried onions. I also have some cuties for later on today. It is a bit early for me. It's 11 o'clock, but I need to cover the counter at 12, and then I've got appointments or something like it at 1 o'clock, and so just take your lunch when you can. And if you're interested in how I made this, go ahead and check out the video. I'll see you guys later. Oh, today is Monday, November 2nd, and for breakfast I had coffee. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so here are my final thoughts. Clearly I hated it. It was good. I do have some thoughts. So I think if I had fresh garlic, it definitely would have had more of a garlic taste. You can smell it, but I can't really taste it. But I'm using powdered garlic, so it makes sense. And I did add quite a bit, probably about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half. If I make this again, and I will, probably because it was tasty. The pot stickers added nothing. They were just frozen pot stickers from Costco. I think it's the Ling or the Po Sing or something like that. Just standard pot stickers. They did add meat, but they didn't flavor the broth. Of course, they didn't cook long enough to do that. So they were a nice addition, but they certainly didn't add any kind of additional flavor other than you had the meaty pot sticker flavor. Don't know if that makes sense. I definitely would have used less of the seasoning. I had forgotten that I was going to be adding some Parmesan as well as the French fried onions, and both of those bring in salt to the equation, so it was just a little bit salty, but it was very tasty, and you could taste the Parmesan cheese. Ramen tastes like ramen, and I think the chicken one is probably the most neutral of all of the ramens, so that you can make it into different flavors very easily. There was some stickage back here, but that's to be expected. As I've mentioned before, it does clean up really easy. I don't submerge or immerse this in water. I will soak this when I get home and let it sit for a while, and then just wash it out to be careful not to get too much water on the bottom or too much water on the, sorry, filming one hand, pluggy thing. If it a little gets there, that's fine. I haven't had any problems, but because it didn't come with an instruction manual, I'm just assuming because that back part where the plug goes in opens a little bit, and then underneath I can see wires, that this is not something that you put in the dishwasher, nor is it something that you submerge in like a sink full of water. I wouldn't recommend it, although I couldn't tell you specifically if that's the case or not. So tomorrow is a holiday for me, so I won't be in tomorrow. I do have that egg and the Spam left over from last week, and I have a few more dumplings, and so I'll try to finish that out on Wednesday. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it, but it won't be ramen since I don't have any more ramen in the office. But those are my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys thought of today's meal, and would you make a creamy, garlicky ramen with pot stickers for lunch? I'd love to know in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.